Hey everyone, GM, and welcome to project call number 35 of Universe xyzDAO. I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Ilya so that he can share the most recent marketplace updates with you all.
Hey guys, so you received the usual update in Discord. You either have received it by the time you're looking at this video, or I'll post it in a few minutes afterwards. So we finalized sprint 8. We were able to hit a lot of the milestones which we set as goals. We still had a lot of work. We have a lot of work to do, but I'll do the in-depth info in just a bit. In a high level, we managed to spin up about 70% of the infrastructure, and we are aiming to finalize this in sprint 9. And by infrastructure, I mean both the dev environment, which we use to start testing everything which we've built for the past few months, and also we will start laying out the production environment and check it out how it performs. Basically, this will include the scalability and performance improvements. Looking at sprint 8, we needed to reconfigure the microservices to support the new DB in the new infrastructure setup, but since it's almost done, we haven't started it because we needed to be fully done, so we'll do this sprint. Also, we were discussing the filter by traits microservices support that's done and ready for testing with the new environments. ERC 1155 support is also already integrated and waiting to be tested. Also, we did some improvements to the user profile page and MyNFT pages. That's also ready for testing and done. Let me double check. All right. Also about the Next.js introduction in the auctions frontend. Our aim was to have the components done for the frontend. We kind of tuned it a bit because we revisited the designs. So the components are almost there, and we already started building the frontend itself with the components. So that's done. Also, for supporting the bundles in the front end, we already started working on this, and we aim to be ready for testing in sprint 10. Also, Stan is back, so he's working on the automated tests, which I've mentioned quite a bit. He already did the minting functionality, and it's wrapped in tests, and we are continuing with that on sprint 9. One of the optimistic goals which we have was to start English and Dutch auctions development, but we need to do a little bit more research in terms of how it will work in general. So that's a bit on pause, but I'll keep you updated on that in the next few sprints. And also we needed to do a little tweak for the tiered auction smart contracts. It's awaiting a code review, and that's all about sprint 8. For sprint 9, it would be a bit short in terms of description, but basically we'll have the new environment spun up, and we already started testing the backend with all the improvements, and we also start to test the new frontend. Not actually the new, but the front end, which we mentioned to have the marketing improvements, also the improvements which I just mentioned, which were done in sprint 8. And we'll continue work on the bundle support, the tiered auctions front end and back end. And that's for sprint 9. And yeah, back to you, Mark.
Hey, sorry, I was muted. I appreciate all the updates, Ilya, and we can pass it over to Zach for the polymorph updates.
GM, what's going on? So we still got Burn to Mint going on. Definitely urge people to go and grab some V2 polymorphs because I like them. I think people have been enjoying seeing their 3D versions. We've been working with Bianca and LimeChain on getting the polymorphic faces ready to go. So we've been doing a bunch of smart contract testing, testing the front end, making sure that everything is sound there. And then kind of in the background, we're working on some gaming elements to come after the Polygon bridge comes out. So it's all pretty exciting. We got to get these polymorphic faces out, the Polygon bridge, and then holders of polymorphs will have some interactive gaming stuff to play around with. Bianca, do you have anything else to add?
No, you said it pretty well. Thank
All right.
you.
I'll just add, kind of reiterate what the last thing you said was, is, yeah, Zach, like, mentions kind of at the end of what he said was, you know, you'll get a lot more, like, games and access to things if you burn the polymorphs, to the V2 contract. The V2s are going to be able to, you know, you can scramble your polymorphs again. You're going to be able to battle your polymorphs. You'll be able to bridge them over to Polygon and scramble them over there and play games over there. And we are going to continue to build out more gaming types of things, even with like Unreal Engine, to build like more interactive games where you can even control your polymorphs and really bring them to life and bring them to game.
We can leak it on here. We're building a zombie corn gun shooter game for the polymorphs right now.
Nice.
That you'll need a V2 polymorph for. Also, one thing I did forget to mention is like one, and I think I've said it a couple of times, but I just want to reiterate, one of the main like reasons we're doing this Polygon bridge outside of obviously we need it for the gaming aspect, but also like scrambling is really fun, and with like the price of like ETH being pretty low, it's like a lot more affordable now than it was. Sorry, I have to get this cat off of me. She's distracting. But if when we get the polymorphs over to Polygon, it'll be like virtually gas-free scrambling. And then for the polymorphic faces, those are also like built to scramble, and like kind of create the type of face that you want. And we're actually going to lower the like point of entry for scrambling on those down. I think down from 0.01 to 0.001 for the single scramble, and then 0.05 for the full scramble. So that's exciting for me because the faces will be able to go to Polygon as well, and then it'll be like really affordable to kind of, you know, manipulate your NFTs, and it'll be fun. But yeah, that's all for polymorphs for now.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, that faces claim is going to be free, and if you burn your polymorph, you'll be able to claim that. And we are leaving the polymorph burn to mint open until, you know, the DAO or the community decides whether they want to turn that off or not. So really no rush to burn, but definitely a lot of fun and cool reasons to burn. So, and there will be a lot more reasons to burn in the future.
Yeah, there's definitely no rush. Unless you want a low token ID for polymorphic faces.
Yep, exactly. Okay. I think there was one other thing I was gonna say, but I think it slipped my mind. Oh, I wanted to say to what Zach was saying about the scrambling getting cheaper. Um, well, he said two things. He said it's going to be cheaper to scramble on Polygon, but he also mentioned that like right now it is pretty cheap to scramble your current polymorphs on mainnet. But a few nights ago, I was scrambling on like I think it was like 20 to 30 Gwei, and I ended up scrambling a full set. But like I scrambled like 4 or 5 times. I think I only spent maybe $100 in gas, probably if $200 in ETH, but um now I have a full Tom Brady. So I was really excited that the scrambling was back on because like I had some polymorphs that were close. Um, and just this might change or be interesting to some people too, is like if you have a polymorph that you were scrambling on mainnet previously, if you do burn it, it does reset your scramble price. So essentially, if you do burn your polymorph, you kind of are like restarting your scramble. So you kind of have like a easier chance to maybe go get a better one. So when I noticed that the scramble price had reset, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do this one. So if you have any polymorphs that are close, it might be good to go like revisit them and try to scramble them again.
Yeah, and the cool thing about them being
That's actually dope.
the cool
Yeah,
thing
so-
about them being
We'll fuck
iframe
around and
NFTs is
scramble a full clown Charles now.
what full what naked.
No, like clown hat. I
Mm.
think I think I have like maybe the most complete clown Charles that's a virgin. So I think I'm gonna make it not a virgin.
Let's go.
and Scramble the whole thing.
Yeah, I want to see more of the badges pop up. The full sets are really hard to get to, but when you got that badge, it's cool. And what I was gonna say, the cool thing about them being iframe NFTs is typically the new content will render without having to like refresh the token, which I don't know is cool in my opinion.
Zach, this is a little bit of a side comment, but did we talk to Nick in the polymorph team about the full or the full set trade?
Yeah, I'm talking to Nick about changing some things. There's also one more thing that we need to change. I did a Twitter poll asking like if you have two lightsabers, but because there's two different types of lightsabers, there's a double and the single. If you have two lightsabers that are different, like is it still akimbo? And like the community said yes, so we gotta change some things.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the lightsabers, like if you have a blue one and a red one, or like a blue single and a red double, you should still get the akimbo. And that's not going to change rarity score at all. And we just want to specify like we are going to like just change a few things on the badges. But it is not going to change anybody's rarity. It's only going to change how the current like full trait or like full set badges show up, because currently some of them you have to have two. I mean, it's not going to weight it any differently, but eventually
the rarity won't change, but like I think we all like the badges, and it's just like it's really hard to get like two footballs and a football jersey and a football helmet, you know what I mean? So if we can make it so you only need one football and you can have like a beer in the other hand, like you still got the full set, you're good. At least on the badge. I didn't say anything about polymorphic therapy, but we do have another episode getting finished up right now. We went through like we had probably 2 drafts of it so far. But I really want to make this one special for reasons that you'll see in the future when you see the actual episode. But yeah, so there is more polymorphic therapy coming. I promise, but I just want to make sure that this third one is epic. So we've been kind of iterating on it a little bit.
It's for sure gonna be special because it has
Yeah.
everyone's favorite character in it.
Yeah, I wonder who.
All right, I think that covers everything. Is there anything else that anyone has on their mind or wants to bring up before we hop? The beautiful cat.
We need to make the cat a trait on the polymorphs.
It's Yuki. That's a deviant trait.
Zach wanted to add pets, but I think they ended up doing that for the deviants.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. We appreciate you all. Hit like, subscribe, all the stuff. We'll talk to y'all soon. AMA next week, and we'll be posting a project call in 2 weeks. So thank you, everyone, and we'll talk soon.
Stay safe, guys. Cheers.